Hey y'all, welcome to Level Up Cajun Style. Today we're going to show you how to make a Louisiana jambalaya and then we're going to level it up. A la cuisine. Hey y'all, thanks for sticking around. Listen, I know we don't know each other very well yet, but I need you to do me a favor. Please find the subscribe button underneath and subscribe to my channel for me if you don't mind. And then also hit the bell for notifications because I want you to know when my next recipes are coming out, all right? So let's get started here real quick. I'm gonna turn on my heat. Now in the bottom of this Dutch oven, with a capital D, Dutch oven, inside joke, you'll see I already have a little bit of EVOO. Now I use just a little olive oil down here because I don't want my proteins to stick when I put them in. It's gonna be nice and hot here soon. And for proteins, by the way, today we are using for this Louisiana jambalaya, we're gonna be using some pork, and it's a stewed pork. It's nice and cut in smaller chunks, and then we're gonna add our sausage. Jambalayas are pretty universal. If you don't have the ingredients to make a jambalaya where you live, you need to move because it's very, very simple stuff. We have some chicken broth. Now the chicken broth is gonna come in later. This is gonna work with our rice. I also have a little over a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, and I have some browning and food coloring here. And then of course our seasoning blend, which is the Trinity. You'll notice in here I also have, besides our bell peppers, I have our red peppers as well. Now, here's the thing, what is the Trinity? The Trinity is onions, celery, and bell pepper. Now, if we were in France, we'd be talking differently, but if we were in France, we would be using a mirepoix, which substitutes the bell pepper for carrots. Just a little bit of background, all right? So this is heating up pretty good, so I'm gonna go ahead and put my proteins in. First, my pork is gonna take a little bit longer to cook. Now, I know some of you are asking, hey, where does the name jambalaya come from? Well, I'm glad you asked, because I was going to tell you anyway. Jambalaya, as I've read, and I appreciate it, is made up of two different words, one being jambon, which is French, meaning ham, pork, the other of which is yaya, which is West African Urdu, I believe, meaning rice. So we're going to have pork and rice, plus a bunch of other fun stuff, but that's where the name comes from. I knew you were asking, that's a burning question, so I'm glad you got that straight in your mind. Some of you may notice that some jambalayas are darker than others. I prefer not to use a lot of food coloring to get the brown rice. I prefer to really cook down my proteins, and that will give us the right color of fond at the bottom of the Dutch oven here for us to be able to turn that rice a dark color. Because it's just something about a light colored jambalaya. Really, this doesn't work. My family revolted. I had a jambalaya that wasn't as dark as it should have been, and it was mass mutiny in the house. The kids were going crazy. The cats and the dogs were living together. It was really scary. So we're going to push past that. Now, another thing I like about jambalaya, and a lot of the foods that I'm going to be fixing for you guys before we level it up even, is that Cajun food is very, well, let's see, the Cajun people were rich with love and passion for each other, rich in heritage, rich in so many things, but when they threw them out of Nova Scotia and they came down here and landed in Louisiana, they didn't have a lot of earthly possessions. Many people just had one pot, which is why you see a lot of Cajun cooking happens in one pot. In this case, we're going to be making everything in one pot. But the Cajun people, like I said, even though they were very poor, they were very generous people. In fact, one time, Boudreaux said to Thibodeau, he said, you know, Thibodeau, if you tell me how many chickens I got in this sack, I give you both of them. Little humor, it's okay. What's going to happen is we're just going to brown it enough to get the flavor out of it because we want some of this flavor in the bottom of the pot here. It's getting even more and more. But we don't want to cook it all the way through because when we finally mix everything together, it's going to cook down for a while. And we don't want it overcooked because then it gets all chewy. And you're looking all crazy chewing and people laughing at you. We don't want to make people laugh at you, right? Now the moment we've all been waiting for, we're going to put in 2 pounds of sausage. So we're going to drop this dude in there. Whoa, that's a lot of meat, y'all. That's a lot of protein in there. Now, the sausage really just needs to be heated. It doesn't really need to be cooked as much as the pork did. So we're going to cook this stuff down. Okay, look, we continue to stir and stir this meat, but I just wanted to pull some of this back and show you all these lovely juices that are coming off this protein right here. Look at that. Woo! That is just going to cook down and be some kind of flavorful. And that is coming from the fat, as you saw in that pork. The pork was not very fatty, but just enough fat to create the flavor. That's where the flavor is. So all you health conscious folks, you shouldn't be watching this because you're probably gaining weight watching this right now. So one of the obvious questions at this point, guys, is why do a jambalaya show? I mean, aren't there like a million jambalayas out there? Yes, there are. Lots of people have done jambalaya and done them very well. But as we say around here, people on one side of the bayou cook it different than people on the other side of the bayou. Everybody's got their little tips and tricks. For example, some people like to cook their proteins separately. They'll cook their pork or their chicken first, get it out of the pot, then put their sausage in and brown their sausage. I don't particularly like to do that, obviously. The reason I don't like to do that is because I like the flavors to mix. And there's no better place for flavors to mix and get to know each other, do a little dance, is in the heat. If you look down in my little pot right here, you'll see that the sausage is already getting a nice little brown edge on it. Ooh, that piece right there looks really good. And we're getting very close to removing our protein and starting our next stage of making a Louisiana jambalaya that we're going to level up. Now, what's the level up, Chuck? You keep asking, Chuck, what's the level up? What's the level up? I ain't telling you. I ain't telling you until the very end because you got to stick around and see. But I promise you, it's going to be well worth it. And by the way, while I'm thinking about it, don't forget to please hit the subscribe button. I know we're not good friends yet, but we're going to be good friends. I promise we're going to be good friends. So if you wouldn't mind, just hit that subscribe button, hit the notifications, because you don't want to miss a minute of leveling up Louisiana cooking while you're watching Level Up Cajun Style. Hey y'all, today on Level Up Cajun Style, we are making a Louisiana jambalaya, and we've already just now taken out the proteins out the pot, and you can see all that gross stuff in the bottom, see the little bumbles. Well, it may look gross, but guess what? That's flavor. So what we're going to do is we're going to go, I've already got the pot heating up some more. I'm going to turn the heat down just a little bit because we don't want to scorch our vegetables right off the bat. We're going to put our vegetables, our seasoning mix in there. Woo, makes a good sound. That's the sound we want to hear. And now in order to get up all this funk off the bottom, usually what happens is the water from the vegetables will give us enough to get that all cleaned up. It's called deglazing, but we like to add a little beer to it just for taste, and then alcohol will help get it right up. All right, now we're rolling. Let's get some of that good stuff out there and get that flavor up into the vegetables. Now we really, really want to cook our vegetables down right now because getting them, especially the onions, getting the onions nice and dark will give us that dark color of the rice that we really want. Now suddenly all that brown that was stuck to the bottom of the pot, look at it, it's all in here. It's going to break down even more as we continue to heat it up. All right, y'all, so what we have now, take a look down in the pot here. We can see that our onions are getting very translucent. The other thing we see is, remember how much liquid was in there? Well, look. Hardly any liquid now, right? It's a disappearing act. It's magic. Well, it's not magic. It's in the vegetables. And the vegetables are going to transfer it again onto the rice. In the meantime, it's getting close enough now that we're going to go ahead and add our garlic. 2 tablespoons of garlic to 2 cups of our seasoning mix. And again, we add the garlic late in the game because it has a low smoke point, meaning it'll burn easier. And you do not want any burnt flavoring, burnt taste in your jambalaya or any Cajun food that I can think of right off the top of my head. All right, so I'm stirring and I'm stirring and I'm stirring because I've turned up the heat a little bit because guess what it's time for? It is time to put the proteins back into our seasoning mix here. Oh my goodness, and all that last little bit of drippings that was in there. There you go, Miss Wanda, thank you. And now it's time to mix all this good stuff up together. Let the vegetables and the seasonings get introduced to the meat. Let the meat get introduced to the vegetables. We're having a big party in the pot here. Hey, and we like it. Whoop. It's giving me a party in my nose, guys. This is fantastic. And we're going to be in stock heaven, or broth heaven. I keep getting corrected. I'm not sure which one I'm doing. Which one is this?
Yes, stock.
I have stock. Okay, yes. People say, Chuck, what do you do with your money? I buy stock. Yeah, what money? Oh my gosh. I think it's time to add the stock. You ready? I'm ready. All right, so we're going to add the stock. This is 4 cups of chicken broth, chicken stock, whatever you want to call it. To me, it's all the same thing. And the first thing I think you can hear with me is the sizzling stops and it cooks right on down. All right, so we want to just let this marinate. I guess is a good word for it. We just want to let it marinate together, get used to each other, say hello. Hello pork, hello sausage, I'm the broth, and let those flavors transfer because this is how it's going to get into the rice. I'm going to put a little food coloring in it, and I'm going to do that right now. So here we go. And how much? Well, you know what? We're just going to guesstimate. We're going to go with about a tablespoon real quick. There you go. Maybe that's a little more, but it does have a flavor to it, so it does taste good. We're going to use that. All right. Kick it up another couple of levels here. Now, I've heard it said many times, and I've seen people not do it. And that is, when you put the rice in, you put the lid on, you leave it alone. Act like you don't know it. Act like it owes you money. Stay away. Leave it alone. All right? So we're going to get it up to a boil, and then we're going to add our rice. Okay, so we finally reached a boil here. You can see it's boiling pretty good. All right, and then when you weren't looking, I added my Worcestershire sauce. Just because I felt like being sneaky. But no, that's not my level up. You're going to have to stick around to the end of the show. I'm sorry. I'm going as fast as I can, but you're just going to have to deal with it. Now, after we put the rice in here, we're going to let it sit up for a while, and while we're setting it up, we got a little giveaway we're going to give away. And the rice goes in, and the monkey flips the switch. Just kidding, that's a joke from Lost in Space, the movie. All right, now I don't want to mess with them. I just want to make sure all the rice gets soaked. So we're not going to be stirring, we're not going to be doing anything else. We want to make sure the rice gets all, ooh, see that? We're going to turn the heat to super, super low, and we're going to cover it up. Hey y'all, while we're waiting for the rice to finish cooking, we want to give you a gift. Yes, I know we barely know each other, but I'm going to give you a gift anyway. This is something that we're going to give away. This is a Cajun care package, which is available for sale on our website. But for those of you who subscribe to our channel, our YouTube channel, we are going to give one away to a YouTube channel subscriber every week. So you're eligible to win this if you're subscribed. So hit the subscribe button. There's another reason for you to do that. See, over $50 worth of stuff right here. We have Pima's Cajun fish fry, Pima's Cajun chicken fry, and if you're using any other batter for your chicken, you got to use this stuff right here. It's got full Cajun flavor happening. We have Pima's seafood boil. We have Pima's hamburger mix. Do you make hamburgers? Well, not if you're not using this, you ain't making good hamburgers. This stuff right here will wake your hamburgers up. Not a lot of fire, but great, great rich seasoning. We also have Pima's Hush Puppy Mix. We have Pima's Cajun Shake, which we're going to use in this jambalaya, and his brand spanking new product, fresh off the production line, his Cajun Rub for some great meats. And of course, his habanero ketchup. This is Pima's habanero ketchup. All this together will be given away for free every week, but you have to subscribe to the channel. If you don't subscribe to the channel, then you got to buy it on our website, and it's going to be well over 50 bucks. Just saying. This week's winner, let the pigeons loose, brrr, alert the media. This week's winner is Sue Rosen. Congratulations, Sue Rosen. You have won the very first Cajun Care Package. It's just our way of having some Southern hospitality and saying thank you for watching our show, Level Up Cajun Style. Now, no, this is not leveling up either. You got to keep watching. The leveling up's going to happen over here. Stick around. $50 or more worth of stuff right here coming your way, Sue Rosen. Congratulations. All right, y'all, so the rice should be cooked down by now. All cooked and done, so let's check it out and see. Ta-da! It's called jambalaya for a reason. Louisiana jambalaya that we're about to level up. Now, does anybody care to guess how we intend to level it up? I'll give you 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. You don't know? You can't guess? Fine. Before we level it up, though, just want to tell you, before I share that secret, I forgot to put the Pima's in while we were cooking it, so I had to add a little Pima's while you weren't looking. So, just a little secret. Always Pima's Cajun Shake. We're going to level it up right now because this show is called Level Up Cajun Style. We're going to level up. We're going to add shrimp. Ooh, we grilled some shrimp with just a little bit of oil and some Pima's Cajun Shake. And now we're going to double it in. Level up the jambalaya, everybody. Bam! What? Holy smokes. Now we're going to stir that stuff in. And that, look at it smoking up. Ooh, that's good stuff. So that is about 1 pound of shrimp just over the top. When I was growing up down in Houma, shout out to my Houma peeps. When I was growing up down in Houma, we only ever had shrimp in our jambalaya. We'd have chicken and sausage and shrimp, or we'd have pork and sausage and shrimp. We always had shrimp. But ever since I moved up to the big city of Baton Rouge, and every other place I've had jambalaya, we have not had shrimp. So this is how we level up. Every week we're gonna do a recipe that we level up because the show is called Level Up Cajun Style, right? Okay, so this is how we leveled up. We leveled up our jambalaya. We leveled up Sue Rosen with her Cajun care package. And so now, until next time, we're fixing to eat some of this. And you don't want to see that because we won't make you feel bad. Actually, you know what? I lied. Let's put some on a plate. What do you say? Can we do that? Woo! Smoking right to the camera. All right, y'all. We have leveled up our Louisiana jambalaya. Until next time. Next time we're going to be cooking an etouffee, by the way. And wait till you see how we level that up. Thank y'all. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to win your very own Cajun care package. Sue Rosen, you're a big winner today. Until next time, allons cuisiner.